Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Eating Good Podcast. My name is Sam.
I'm Marisol.
I'm David.
And I'm Oscar.
And on this podcast, we go to a new restaurant every week, give our ratings, and then get into some fun topics. This week, we let Marisol choose our destination.
Yes. This week, I was really craving some breakfast food. So my restaurant of the week is called SuperChefs. SuperChefs owners are two childhood friends, Darnell and Ryan, who opened their first restaurant in 2012 in Louisville, Kentucky. They have been close friends since the 6th grade. Ryan got a degree in business management, and Darnell ended up being one of the chefs in the 2008 Beijing Olympics for the Team USA, where they nicknamed him Super Chef. No one could have guessed Darnell's new nickname would spawn the inspiration for the breakfast experience, focusing on intense flavors, vibrant palates, great customer service, and creative presentations. Super Chef's breakfast and more will bring back excitement to the most important meal of the day. It's like super hero inspired, I would say.
Yeah, superhero themed inside.
They also played some movies there too.
Marvel.
Yeah, I wish they would just turn off the music and I could just watch the movie and eat. And yeah, that's the restaurant I chose. Who wants to go first?
Well, what did you get?
Oscar. Let me pull it up.
David, what did you get?
Well, now I have to pull it up.
Does no one have it
I'm
ready?
Sam, what did you get?
I got the catfish platter, which included hash browns, fried Cajun catfish, eggs, and grits. I got my eggs scrambled. I'll go piece by piece. Eggs scrambled. They were your classic breakfast eggs. Nothing special about them. They were nice and creamy, actually. Added some salt and pepper. Good. The hash browns were kind of like what I would call home-style potatoes.
Yeah, like home fries.
Home fries, yeah. So they were little cubed up potatoes. They were also fine. They were seasoned well. They were good. Nothing spectacular. They were potatoes. The thing I was excited to try was the grits because I think we've talked about it on this pod before. I couldn't remember if I had grits. I do think I've had them once before and they were good. These were really good grits. They were very creamy. They had a good flavor, but I didn't love the texture on its own. I liked when I had the grits with a scoop of something else, but if I just had a scoop of the grits, it was like the mouthfeel was too creamy. I don't even know.
It was a mixture,
but also like kind of lumpy. So I didn't like its texture on its own, but if I had it on the catfish, it was fine. But the real star of the show here was the catfish, which came with a sauce that tasted kind of like a mix of ketchup and mustard at the same time. Like it had a very mustardy flavor, but then it had vinegar in it too, which made it taste like ketchup. I really enjoyed the sauce, and I really enjoyed it with the catfish. Overall, I'm going to give my dish an 8 out of 10.
Nice. The catfish was pretty good.
Yeah, the catfish, they fried it perfectly. It was like juicy inside. I do like fish, and I've had catfish before, and this was pretty like up there.
Okay. The sauce was interesting because you gave me a bite and it was like really saucy. I wouldn't say it was my favorite, but it helped add a little complexity to the like fried catfish. So
yep.
It worked.
It caught me off guard how vinegary it was.
I think the mustard was what threw me off because it was yellow, but I was expecting like a creamy sauce or something, like what would be like a hollandaise or something like that. It was interesting. I would order that.
Yeah, I would definitely order this again. As you guys may remember, I don't like sweet food that much. I'd much rather get a savory breakfast. And I don't love breakfast food in general. So I like that this fish was an option because I wouldn't consider fish a breakfast food. So that's definitely why I picked this. What did you get, Oscar?
So I ended up ordering their wing and waffle. It came with the waffle. You get to choose what flavor waffle you want. They had traditional, strawberry cream, blueberry cream, and cinnamon toast crunch. I went with the strawberry cream. And then for the wings, they came with maple heat. Both the waffle and the wings kind of surprised me because the waffle was huge. Like, it was a big waffle. Like, I think of when you go to a restaurant and you order waffles and they give you those deep fried waffles, but it's just a quarter. This one was all four quarters.
And a fifth piece on top. Yeah.
It was 5 quarters. So a waffle and a piece. And then the wings were so tiny. Like,
they were small.
yeah, I was expecting like normal wings, and they were little baby wings. I was like, they're for a child.
It's funny because on the thing it says like 6 wings.
Yeah.
But because they were so small, they gave more than that. It just, when I saw them, I was like, oh, that's a lot of wings.
Yeah, like 8 or 9.
And then I was like, oh wait, but they're like the little party like finger food wings.
At least they make up for it by giving you more. They
Yeah.
could have given you 6 of those baby wings and been like, that's technically
Call
right.
it a day.
They're fun size wings.
I got 1 drumstick. Okay, so I also got the same deal, but I'll ask her dog. But they gave me 1 big juicy one, so I was happy with that one.
If you guys have had Domino's wings, they were like that.
A little slimmer too, I would think so.
Yeah. These
Yeah.
are more lean.
Interesting.
Yeah, the first 3 drums. I had 3 drums, and on all 3 of them, I hurt my teeth because I wasn't expecting the bone. Like I
So
took
soon?
yeah. I'm like, damn. So it's good they didn't give me more drums because I would have kept hurting my teeth.
Ow!
The waffle though was really good. It was, like I said, a deep fried waffle, and they didn't overdo it with the strawberry cream. It kind of looked like it had Pop Rocks on top, but
The sugar.
yeah,
things.
it's the sugar, and then it had like a strawberry syrup as well. It was very spread out. Like some parts had the lumps, some parts had the syrup, and it wasn't too sweet. Like for how big that waffle was, they could have definitely overdone it and could have just been all sugar.
Right.
It was not. But it was a lot of waffle, so I felt real full after eating it. For the maple heat on the wings, it was fantastic. It wasn't hot, but it had a really good flavor. I kind of wish I could have just got a big bowl of wings.
I feel that.
The wings, I'll give it a 7.5. No, it's hard because the flavor was so good, but because the wings are tiny, I don't know what to think. I'll give them an 8 out of 10.
Okay, I feel that.
And the waffle, same thing, 8 out of 10. I kind of am like with Sam. I don't like sweet things for breakfast, which is why I don't like eating breakfast. Like pancakes and syrup, it's just not my thing. But these waffles were great for breakfast.
I felt like they were cakier than like like you go to a hotel
Mm-hmm.
and you make your own waffles. Those are a little more airy. I was a fan of that. It was also like the color of it. They were a little like more cooked, which I think also worked for me. I got the Cinnamon Toast Crunch ones and also the Maple Heat wings. I actually tried a little bit of Oscar's, and I think it was a better choice because the Cinnamon Toast Crunch was really tasty, and it reminded me a lot of the funnel cake fries from Mr. Heroes.
Mm-hmm.
But it was, for 5 pieces, it was a lot sugarier. It was very, very sugary. It's like I feel like trying 1 bite was the perfect.
Yeah.
And then
But then
ate.
you had a whole meal, a whole
Yeah.
waffle of it.
I do like it was drizzled in caramel,
Mm-hmm.
I think, or cinnamon caramel or something like that. And then it had crushed up Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So getting like the fluffy waffle, a little bit of the caramel on it, and the Cinnamon Toast Crunch to add a little like crunchy texture to it. It was a party in my mouth, but it was a bit much. Would have been good to like share with the table.
Yeah,
you know?
I was thinking that once I had a bite of it, I was like, I could go for a couple more bites of that. Like that would have been a good waffle to share as an appetizer.
Yeah, like one corner.
1 quarter.
Yeah, would have been perfect. But soy guzgo, and I ate most of it. So
Your waffle hurt my stomach just looking at it.
Oh my gosh.
Just so much sugar at.
But yeah, Oscar, your waffle was surprisingly good. Like I liked it more than I thought I would. And I agree that it wasn't like overboard on
Yeah.
the sweetness. That was definitely more palatable as a meal.
yeah.
Yeah, that first bite surprised me. I was like, everyone has to try this.
Mm-hmm. See, I was between the Cinnamon Toast Crunch and the blueberry cream because the blueberry cream looked really tasty as well. But I went with my gut, and it was a tad too high on the sugar scale for me. So overall, it was very well executed. One of the better waffles I've had in my life, and I do like a good waffle.
Agree.
Probably have to give it like a 7.5. Would have been higher. Maybe I just ate less or something. If I treated myself to more meals with it or something. But then going off of that, I also had the Maple Heat wings. They had a couple other flavors, but they were out, I guess. Pretty much same sentiment with Oscar. The flavor was very tasty. Actually, one of the better like wing sauces,
Heck
like
yeah.
a house sauce that I've had in a while, because I'm normally tried and true buffalo. Don't really like barbecue all that much, but the little hint of sweetness, and I don't even know how to describe. It was a more like a vinegary heat to it,
Mm-hmm.
which I think helped cut the sweetness a bit.
Yeah.
All in all, if only the wings were a little bit juicier, they'd probably be even higher. But I think that was a highlight of my meal, so I'm going to give it an 8.5.
What did you get, Marisol?
I got the Juggernaut. Is that a superhero or something?
I think it's a suit, isn't it, in Marvel?
Maybe.
It's like the husky Iron Man, maybe?
Maybe. It just makes me think of when Oscar would play zombies.
Yeah, Juggernog.
It's a way to describe some bigger piece of armor
Like
or
a-
equipment.
Yeah. Harder to break,
Yeah.
like stronger.
Like you got that thick body armor and the helmet that goes over the face with the bulletproof shielding.
I want that. But I got I got 2 waffle sandwiches with fried chicken, candied bacon, egg, American cheese, cheese blend and pepper jack, cheese topped with honey drizzle and powdered sugar served with hush browns, which was the breakfast potatoes. And my waffle was red. It wasn't red. It wasn't red velvet. It was just like red colored.
Flaming hot.
Yeah, like flaming hot red. I want to say because I've been to this place before, like 3 years ago, forever ago. I want to say this is what I got, and it just like, I thought it tasted like much better the first time. The waffle, it was too big for me to eat it like an actual sandwich. So I had to like use my fork and knife because there was no way. I
Yeah.
did try.
It was
I don't
really
know.
tall.
I don't know if you guys saw me like try to take the first bite as like eating it as a sandwich, and I was like, I can't get my mouth open that big.
Even the waffles themselves are just very tall waffles.
Yeah. The waffle itself was good. I do wish the meal came with like some type of like hot sauce or salsa or something.
The chicken was plain, right?
The chicken, it was just a crispy chicken. They did give me like a strawberry jelly sauce, but I'm like, I don't want more sweet to it because it already had like,
The candied bacon.
yeah, the candied bacon. I was like, I want something savory, like I want something spicy. And normally when I think of like chicken and waffles, I feel like I normally get like a spicy sauce on the side. But overall, like the waffle was good. It was just a regular waffle. I'm gonna give the sandwich, honestly, it was just a breakfast sandwich. I wasn't really amazed by it. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. Maybe if it had a better sauce on the side, it could have been a higher rating, but it did not. The potatoes too were just kind of plain, in my opinion. I almost think they were a little overcooked, but it was just potatoes. And we keep running out of ketchup, so I couldn't even get ketchup. I would give my meal a 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah, we got there at a great time because when we came in, the biggest tables they had seated 4 people and there were 6 of us. So they were able to push that table in. But 20-30 minutes passed and that place got full.
Busy.
The staff was really friendly too, so I like that.
Come on in, baby. So thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Right. I was like holding the door open and all the cold air was getting in, I'm sure.
Right, and they could have been mean, like, close that door, but they
Yeah.
were like, no, come on in,
Come on
baby.
in. I was like, okay.
Yeah. Make you feel real welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even our server, she was really nice.
Yeah.
Very attentive. Like anytime they would walk by, she'd be like, everything good over here? And asked me if I needed to fill my coffee up a couple times. I never did because I'm a slow drinker, but
But she gave you one to go.
yes. And it's cold now, but I'm going to start drinking it.
You got that second cup at least.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love when they offer that because sometimes I'm like, you know what? I will take it to go just in case I need it later.
I will say overall, the food was better than I thought it was going to be.
Mhm.
Like, I think I told you guys when we were on the way there, I was like, I'm not that excited because it's just going to be breakfast food, which I don't care for most of the time.
Yeah.
But it exceeded my expectations. And I've also been to their original location before. It has since closed down, but that was like literally maybe like 6 to 8 years ago.
Yeah, I went forever ago.
Definitely worried that there was going to be too much sweet, but I felt that the waffles and wings was perfect because there was something, the wings to offset the sweet waffle.
I was expecting like a regular breakfast place, like a Bob Evans or like a more homey, like family.
Like a sidewalk cafe.
Yeah, exactly. And so when I looked at the menu, it definitely surprised me. I thought it was fun. It wasn't like super expensive like a lot of other breakfast places, but I think that just helps them specialize in that and just make great waffles. And everything else. The catfish was a cool surprise too.
It made me think I would want to take a kid there as like a treat. Like get whatever you want, you're gonna love it.
Yeah, definitely. Like a kid would love the cinnamon toast crunch waffles. They wouldn't think it's too sugary, or like the colored waffles, because the Juggernaut was red, but they also have a Hulk waffle that's green.
Yeah. So there was actually a funny thing when we got the food. I started eating a wing, and I bit into the wing, and I look up, and one of the tables diagonal to us, there was like a mom and a little kid. And when I looked up, the kid was like staring directly at me as I was biting my wing, and I was like, well, that's kind of weird. And then I like ate my wing, and then I started like laughing to myself in my head, like, oh, that's funny. Like, I wonder if he was like, oh, maybe I should get the wings or something. And so I grabbed another wing and I bit it. And as I bit it, I looked up again and he was still staring at me. I was like, what the heck? So.
Maybe your hat was.
Oh, it's definitely the hat, dude.
Like, what the fuck is going on with this hat?
David's hat could not sit on his head properly.
So David was wearing a beanie, but I guess it was too tight. It kept slipping up.
He just got a big old head.
It was at one point just like sitting atop his head, but not actually like wrapped around his head. And at one point,
it was like on the side.
Me and Marisol were like, how is it not falling off? Like it's defying the laws of gravity, because it was like sideways on your head.
Because I was feeling like T.I.
David's like looking at the kid. What the fuck, kid?
Yeah.
Why is that kid staring at me?
I was like, why is this guy staring at me? And yeah, he was probably like, how is he keeping that on his head?
He asked his mom, is there a ratatouille in his hat?
Yeah. Is he controlling me? Oh,
or he was thinking, why is that adult eating the kid's wings?
True, man. He was like, oh, those are my size.
Or he was just like, why does that lady have a beard? I don't know what kids be thinking.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like as a kid, you don't get manners, right? You don't understand
the
you're not
social
supposed
cues.
to stare at people.
Yeah.
You haven't learned them.
That's why I should have like made a scary face. Hey. But I was like, I'm gonna let him be. The second one really shook me though, because it was probably like 20 seconds in between. 20, 30 seconds worth, and I was like, was he staring the whole time, or did we just happen to like
make eye
look at the
contact
same time?
again.
It was,
maybe he was just staring in space.
but I like held the gaze for like 2 seconds. I was like, oh, he's gonna like look away as a person does. But he was like so into. I was like, all right, ma'am, get your son, please.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's like, why does this man keep staring at me?
I know. I was like, dude, all right.
Like
he's
gonna. I'm gonna look back again and see if he's staring.
I can't
He
even
both
look in
have
the
eye
direction
contact.
anymore. I was like, whatever. But then their food came, I think. So he was occupied.
Whenever I catch kids staring at me, I'll just smile at them and then look away real quick. Because I always get nervous that if the parent turns and sees me smiling at their kid,
like, stop smiling at my kid.
we're like, what are you doing looking at my kid?
You
or
weirdo,
something.
get out of here.
Yeah.
I guess it would be different for like a guy. Because I feel like when a little kid stares at me, I'm like, hi.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll like wave. But I guess that is weird. Like,
Yeah.
if I saw my kid. Like you saying hi to my kid. I don't know.
No, I just smile and then look away. And it's always a good feeling when the kid smiles back. I'm like, yeah.
But when they look at you funny, you're just like, dang, what did I do?
I'm like, what's wrong with me?
Or like when they flick you off, it's like, what the heck?
Whoa.
What? A kid has done that to you?
What are you doing to these kids, Oscar?
Nah, it's usually elementary school kids on the school bus.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. They're ruthless on there.
Dude, when you're on the bus, when you're chilling with your friends on the bus, you just be doing some wild stuff.
Like this person's gonna, like they know they can get away with it because the bus is gonna
Just
keep moving.
driving, yeah.
I feel like I saw this thing somewhere that was like, I don't let my kid ride the school bus. Like, I'll drive them to school, but I'm not letting them ride the bus because crazy stuff happens on there. And I'm like, that's a good point. The craziest stuff always was happening on the school bus. Like, the school would be fine, but the school bus is like, no laws.
No hall monitors, nothing.
When the driver would go all the way to the back because there's two kids fighting, I'm like, damn, this is a wild ride today. Is it gonna be awkward on the way home?
I think the craziest bus ride was these two girls. I think it was maybe when I was in 6th grade or 5th grade. I don't know. But these two girls were like fighting each other, but they had nails. So like one of the girls' faces was bleeding because she had scratches. But the thing is, they were friends. So, like, they literally fought each other for fun
What?
on the bus. And
Wait,
then they got
what?
off the bus and were, like, talking like normal. And I was like, Amma, ven por mí.
I want to let my kids ride the school bus. It'll build character.
It'll build character, all right.
Yeah.
But, oof.
I got pretty lucky with my bus experience. I never had anything bad happen. Well, one embarrassing thing, but no other kid ever messed with me. You know, I kind of stayed in my seat, stayed to myself, and all the craziness happened behind me, in front of me.
That's true. If you mind your business, you'll be all right.
Yeah.
But what if my kids, I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't. It's just dangerous. What I saw on those buses was dangerous.
Did you guys ever have like a super strict bus driver?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did too. And back then I would be like, he's just so fucking mean. Like, why doesn't he just get a life? Like, why can't we just do whatever we want?
Yeah.
But now thinking about it, I'm like, honestly, that I would be that type of bus driver. Be like, assigned seats. No one's allowed to talk. No one's allowed to be up with the cars.
Oh, I've
He's
never
just
had one
Not
that
that
Wow.
strict.
No, mine
No, we
was-
never
I-
had assigned
For
seats.
1 year, like, he was strict. Like, you weren't allowed to sit with your friends. Like, he chooses your seat for you.
Damn.
But maybe it's because he's like experienced shit. and,
Right.
like,
He's like, I'm in charge of keeping these children
alive
alive.
until I
Right.
drop them
And
off.
logistically, it's so like you see how long a bus is. They're like 24 seats.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, you're
And-
so far away from the back.
Mm-hmm.
They have a big old mirror, but it can only do so much. Like,
Yeah.
And you yelling at them while driving only does so much.
Mhm.
Dude, the kids would say some crazy shit to the bus
Yeah.
driver.
Yeah.
No, I think we had there was a couple year stretch. I forget if it was like middle school or elementary school. I think it was more middle school. But I had one bus driver, Mr. C. Nicest guy ever, dude. He was so chill. I think people just gave him respect because of that. And
Good
I
experience.
I don't think anything crazy. I think the more crazy stuff would happen like in high school on the way back from like a soccer game or something.
Oh yeah.
Like someone would be asleep. It'd be like a late night game. They'd be asleep, and then someone would take off their Adidas slide and smack them as hard as they could
Oh
on their
my
head
gosh.
and stuff.
Cause that's
pretty funny.
Because we'd be driving back at night sometimes, so like you can't see anything back there.
yeah.
And then some people were tired. Some people were mad if like we lost or something.
I was gonna say I was with the marching band for like the football games, and it was
Yeah.
like silent rides back because we would always get whooped and like we all lost and we are just tired, or like it's
Yeah.
freezing because it was like the fall into winter.
Right? Yeah, that's a tough season.
hmm
Yeah, for me, I feel elementary was when the bus was a lot more wild compared to middle school and high school. Sure, fights happened every now and then, but everyone was just like tired and trying to get to school or home. But like in elementary school, I remember there was this one bus driver, and she was yelling the entire ride, "Hey, sit down! Hey, don't do this, don't do that!" And sometimes I'm like, dude, she's just yelling to yell. And it was funny because one time she was subbing for another driver, and I think it was in high school. And I get on the bus and I was like, "Hey, you used to be my old bus driver." And she's like, "Hey, I'm not old." And I was like, "Okay." I meant old like previous.
Yeah.
Not old like age.
You were my old bus driver. Damn, you got older.
You
I roasted her.
you offended her.
The best was even when you had like a more stern bus driver. That last week of school when they bring popsicle, like did they ever do that?
What?
Not
No.
mine.
Yeah, mine's
Oh, maybe
done
it was
that before
Mr. C.
too.
He brought a little igloo cooler.
What the
And he's
heck?
on the way out, pick a popsicle,
Yeah.
enjoy your summer.
Oh.
It was great.
Maybe I do remember something like that. I thought you meant
Oh,
like
man.
while on the bus. It's like they never gave us anything to eat on the bus, but sometimes on the way out, it'd be like grab a treat on the way
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Oh man, Mr. C was such a nice guy.
I think my
man.
bus driver bought donuts one time for everyone.
It was always nice. I was like, man, they don't need to be doing all this extra stuff, but they're also like closing the chapter on the year too, so they're probably like, all right.
I'll say this. If you ever see me driving the bus for school for kids, just know I won the lottery. I think I'd want to do that as a side job.
Really?
My
Yeah.
part-time job? Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
I don't know if I could work with that many kids.
The
Kids are
liability
just-
scares me. I get worried
The
enough on the road
liability.
in my little car with just me in it and Chipotle burrito in the back, but 40 kids would be crazy.
If I won the lottery, drive the kids in the morning, go walk some dogs, and then drive the kids in the afternoon. It's
Sounds
my
like
day.
a nice life. Wait, can we backtrack a little bit? What was the embarrassing thing that happened?
Right.
Are you
You're trying
able to
slip
share?
past that.
No, I was gonna bring it up.
Uh-huh.
Or I don't know. I didn't know if you guys want to hear it or not.
Yeah.
But no, I'm
I
not.
was like-
I don't mind telling it.
Did you poop your pants?
I was thinking the same thing.
Let's
Oh,
see.
those would be the
He
worst
hasn't
seats
denied
to
it.
poop on.
He hasn't denied it.
So this was in the summer between kindergarten and first grade. I had to go to summer school.
Definitely pooped his pants.
Oh, wait, I think I know what happened.
And this was like the
gosh.
Mexican summer school. Like I remember everyone there was Mexican and
The
lot-
Mexican summer.
Yeah.
Is it because they were trying to teach you English?
maybe.
Damn. That's sick.
But I just remember thinking like, man, a lot of these people don't even know English. But one of the drives home, I fell asleep on the bus, and then I woke up and there was a puddle like in front of me and the kid behind me. And at this point, it's just me and 3 other kids. They were brothers. They got off on the stop after me. And the one kid's like, you peed your pants. And I'm like, no, I didn't. You spilled water on me. He's like, no, I didn't. He's like, you peed your pants. I'm like, whatever. I truly believed he spilled water on me. And then I got off the bus and I was thinking to myself, no, why would he do that? He didn't even have a water bottle. I'm like, I peed my pants. And then I got home and I got to my grandma's house and the only person there was my aunt. And she was like, are you okay? And I was like, no, I peed my pants. So I started crying. Like I didn't start crying until I got into grandma's house. And she
Right.
asked me if I was okay.
Right, it's when someone asks you, are you okay? You
Yeah.
break down. It's like, I can't keep it together anymore. Actually, I did not know that story. That's not what I was thinking of. I thought one time you fell asleep on the bus and they took you to like where the buses go to close down.
That was not me.
Was that
No.
that was because I feel like something like that happened to me. Maybe
it
not.
was
I don't
you.
know.
Somebody fell asleep on the bus and the bus driver didn't find you until like later when like they were gonna leave the bus at the parking lot.
It's like like when that last turn before you get home and you just wake up. I don't know if maybe I heard the same story. I don't know who it happened to, but
Maybe it was Leo.
honestly,
I don't think that happened to me because I don't remember ever, getting dropped back off. So I don't
right?
think so.
Like what the protocol would have been.
So the craziest bus story I have is one time I went into the wrong bus and I was in elementary school and they took me to the high school. This was like the first day of school, so I was like 8 years old. So everyone was taller than me, and when I was in the bus I was like, these kids seem like maybe they're middle schoolers. And then they took me to the wrong school and I was like, this is definitely not my school. And I had my little Lizzie McGuire backpack. And I like went to like get one of like the staff. I was like, I think they dropped me off at the wrong school. So the principal drove me over to my school.
Dude, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
They're probably like, "What, Fred? What are you doing here?" And then you're just like,
I got lost.
dude. And I bet you every high schooler on the bus was like, "Man, these freshmen just keep getting younger and younger."
Right, nobody said anything.
I know.
No.
Yeah, they probably thought you were smart. Like, this is one of
Yeah.
those genius kids.
I feel like that's one of my recurring nightmares now that I think about it is that like how at school the buses would line up and you had to know which bus was yours.
Yeah, and there'd be
So,
like 6 buses.
My nightmare is that I get on the wrong one or like mine's not there and I'm like, well, maybe one of these others will take me close to where I need to go. But
I think I've had a similar dream too. And it's like the realization when the bus pulls out and you look around and you're like, damn, I don't know anyone on this bus.
It's the
Oh, yeah.
worst.
And then it's like, they're not going to turn around. I'm like, do I get off here? But then the bus. And then I always, in the dream that I've maybe had it like twice. I have to walk home from there. But for some reason, the walk is like 4 miles or something crazy. It's crazy. And it's like through the forest. It's weird.
I just remember kids would try to sneak onto other buses because they would want to go to their friend's house. And the bus driver would be like, get off. You're not on this bus.
yeah, as a bus driver, you gotta have a lot of responsibility
Yeah.
because you're
I
like, I
would
gotta
not
keep
be
these
able to
kids
remember.
alive. I gotta remember which kids are on my bus. I can kick kids off that don't belong on my bus. But I remember sometimes people would have a note like, this person can ride the bus today because they're going to my house, like because cousins and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Like,
See, that's another reason to let my kids ride the bus. It's kind of like training for the airport. You got to get on the right bus.
you gotta figure it out yourself.
Yeah.
Did I hear you wrong? Did he say, I'm going to let my kid drive the bus?
Ride. son.
Right? Okay, maybe I just misheard you, but I was like, oh, dang. Progressive.
You're preparing your kids for greyhounds because when we rode that greyhound, it was so scary.
I will never, ever go on a Greyhound ever again.
Did you guys pull up to like one of the hubs where all the buses like
yeah,
coming from
we
different
were in
places?
New York City, so we were at the hub, but like near Times Square, and we were just like, we have no idea where our bus is. Like, none of these signs are updating our bus. The worker, like, we asked him questions, and he just nodded his head, and I was like, does that mean this is the right spot?
The workers just don't give a fuck about like customer service.
Yeah, because I once had a layover on a bus ride, and I'm at this bus station, and I'm like, what if I miss my bus? There's so many coming in and out, and I don't know where they're
there's
going.
No gate agents or anything like that. You just gotta be on your bus.
And there's a lot of people there, but it also feels like you could get mugged at any second.
Yeah.
Do you know which bus station it was, Oscar?
I don't remember.
I went to the Buffalo one in New York. Rough. I think I was in college, probably coming home for a break. I think I got off the bus, went to the bathroom like in the station, and I think there was a guy just hovering by the bathroom like, little bro, you need anything? And I was like, I need to use the bathroom. And then I was like, no, I'm good. And then I was like, all right, this bus, where are we at? And then it took like half an hour for the bus to come.
It sucks because like, yes, it's cheaper than flying on an airplane, but it's not cheap either. It
Right,
was like
it
wasn't
cheap.
No, it was like 100 and something,
Mm-hmm.
180 or something like that. But so it's not cheap.
Well,
so,
you guys got the tickets the day of, right?
Yeah.
That's probably
Yeah.
why. If you
in
get
advance, you can get them for
so
like
cheap.
Really?
$8, $10,
Yeah.
$12, $15.
Okay. We
It's
were
crazy.
in a
Oh.
dire situation. We just needed to get back to
There
Ohio.
was no
Yeah.
other
It
option.
was literally our last resort. But yeah, it does feel like you could get mugged at any second, and like everybody around would just mind their business and not help.
The worst is when you're sitting there and it's like two seats. You can go sit diagonal, and then someone decides to sit next to you, and you're like, I can't say anything because it's like the bus. I only paid for one seat, but and the bus isn't even full. Like, why are you sitting next to me, bro?
Our bus was full. There was like assigned seats, so people were like
You have to sit where you sit.
getting
yeah.
mad that like someone's in my seat. There was drama on that bus.
That was us. We didn't have drama though.
No, we didn't have drama.
Because the lady who was assigned next to me, she was like, oh, she's your friend? Yeah, she can sit with you.
Yeah, because she knew someone else anyways.
Mhm.
But it was weird because my seat wasn't assigned, but everyone else's seats were
yeah.
assigned. So I was supposed to just go to what empty seat. Because like the way the layovers were, some seats would get full and then others wouldn't on certain legs of the bus ride. So I
Right.
guess I was just supposed to find the open seat at that time.
You were
which, like,
to float the whole time.
I guess so. But
Dang.
luckily the people were nice and we got to sit next to each other the whole time.
Nice.
They were nice to me. I did see some arguments where people were not nice. Should we move on?
So yeah, SuperChefs was like good.
I did want to mention one thing, not about the restaurant, but it was when we were there. I looked over at one of the tables that was there before us, and I'm like, this entire family is an iPad family, because there was like 3 kids, and then like 2 older women, and then like one, I don't know, like young adult guy, and the guy and the kids all had their own iPad and they had their own AirPods in, and then the 2 women are just on their phone. Like, they're all here at a restaurant together, and none of them are like really talking to each other. They're like watching
I
their
saw
own videos.
that.
They're not really here.
Yeah.
One of the kids was like, I don't know if you saw it, but she was like editing like a video.
Oh no, I didn't notice.
Gotta get them TikToks up.
Yeah.
Like a
That's
TikTok
crazy.
video or something.
Yeah,
But
I
she
definitely-
was really young.
Do not want that to be my family.
No, I'm just like, it's kind of crazy that you brought the iPads and the AirPods. Like, aren't you nervous that they're gonna get stolen?
Not even that. It's just like, if you're gonna just get the
must
food to go,
take
eat
out,
it at
huh?
home.
Yeah.
Right. You're literally taking up space in this restaurant. I wonder if it's like if you take their tablets away, if they.
Freak out.
Yeah.
They just start arguing all the time.
But see,
Mhm.
sometimes too, when my nephews were like younger, and like they would just throw a fit at the restaurant, it's just so easy to just put
Give
a
it to them
phone,
and
like
they
a
shut
little
up.
YouTube video to calm them down.
Yeah.
So I never know what type of parent I'm gonna be.
Nah, here's some Lincoln Logs. Have fun.
I guess that sucks because as a parent, you get judged if your kid's having a tantrum or crying
Right.
out. But then you get judged if like they're calm and watching. Like,
Yeah,
on the
Coco
phone.
Melon.
You
Mhm.
can never win as a parent.
Mm-mm.
We're acting like we know.
Yeah, man, these kids.
We're the most well versed in having kids. Right.
I have one more topic before we get to our favorite segment. Told you guys this before, but I wanted to mention it on the pod because I just got a notification from this app that I use called Belly, where you can rank your restaurants.
Oh, true.
And you get streaks for every time you like put a new restaurant. So I'm about to have a 3-week streak. It's called Belly, Beli, and you just put in the restaurant that you've been to. You say if you liked it, and then you give it a ranking. And it's cool because it'll have you rank it against other restaurants you've been to. So do you guys want to do this one with me for
Yeah.
Super Chefs?
Yeah.
So which do you prefer, Super Chefs or Fourth and State?
Oh, that's a good comparison.
That's hard.
Which one's fourth and state?
The vegan one? The vegan
Super
diner?
Chefs.
She's like vegan, blah. But Fourth and State was really good.
It was pretty tasty.
I would have to choose Fourth and State just because they had more variety.
And then the
It was more
milkshakes.
dinnery.
Yeah, the milkshake. I would go for a milkshake.
I'm gonna have to go Fourth and State too. Sorry.
I think that's what I was going to pick too. Fourth and State. All right. Super Chefs versus Union Cafe. We haven't gone to Union on the pod, but it's in my list.
I haven't been to Union.
Union
Have I
Cafe.
been? I think I've been there once, right?
I mean, not to the restaurant at least.
Did I go with you guys?
Union is
Yeah.
the gay bar.
Oh.
Yeah, but like to eat, right? We
Yeah.
went once.
Maybe.
Yeah, we
I
did.
think so.
We did.
It was pretty tasty. From what I
Union is
remember.
pretty good. I think
Yeah.
I'm going to pick
I'm
Union.
gonna say Union.
This is easy. Super Chefs or Gemut Beer Garden. Super Chefs for me.
It'd be Gemut for me.
Yeah.
But it's
Super
your-
Chefs or Joyas. Definitely Joyas.
Mhm.
So, yes.
Mm,
Super Chefs or Los Agaves.
Los Agaves.
that's that truck, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm picking Super Chefs.
Me too.
What?
Because the
Los
street
Agaves was
tacos at
so-
Los Agaves were not it. It gave me a ranking 7.3 and it's on my list now.
Nice.
That's a pretty good ranking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I have in total 71 restaurants on
Ooh.
here.
Wow.
The one in last place is Bendy Walk-in Bar.
Dude, I remember that. That's funny. Wait, so it gives you the number based off your comparisons?
Yeah.
And like what those are rated?
Yeah.
That's cool, actually. It's
yeah,
a good
it is
algorithm.
pretty cool. I say everyone should check it out. I think it's like a little fun game to do. And then it's like you can go through the list and look at your ranking and decide if you think that's accurate or not. And I think it's pretty good at like accurately ranking them.
Right. Because it just situates it between your restaurants, and then based
Mhm.
on those numbers, it gives you a new number, right?
Yeah. So like my number 1 is ranked 10 out of 10,
Okay.
which is Hyde Park Steakhouse.
Ooh. Tasty.
Yeah. So that's just my plug. They're not sponsored at all, obviously. And it's like,
Yet.
Yeah.
but it's also cool because you can see leaderboards from your cities. Check it out.
Sweet.
I think it's time for
Guess That Movie with your host, David.
I'm still walking. It's David. All right. So as I always say, I hope
You hope we know this movie?
yeah, this one
You're not sure if we've seen it?
I'm actually not sure if anyone has seen it,
Oh,
but I
gosh.
think it's a cultural reference.
Okay.
I think you would know of it at least. So whatever. Without further ado, here we go. After being pushed around by bullies, a child decides to follow his senses and move to the beat of his own drum. He picks up a new hobby and decides to invite his friend to enjoy it with him. He quickly gets sucked into his new interest, one that he won't be able to shake on his own for years, and his friend is startled and runs away. It isn't until a new group of friends gets him back to his senses that the protagonist is able to get his life back in order. There are many bumps in the road, but with the help of his friends, old and new, and some crafty strategy, the boy is able to get a second chance at getting his life right.
Whoa. I
It's
have
like
no idea.
very...
Spider-Man?
Not a bad guess.
This is going to be so hard.
Yeah, I feel like... Especially since I don't know if any of you guys have seen it.
Maybe should we already have him give us a clue?
I guess, is it animated?
It is not.
Maybe read the description again.
After being pushed around by bullies, a child decides to follow his senses and move to the beat of his own drum. He picks up a new hobby and decides to invite his friend to enjoy it with him. He quickly gets sucked into his new interest, one that he won't be able to shake on his own for years, and his friend is startled and runs away. It isn't until a new group of friends gets him back to his senses that the protagonist is able to get his life back in order. There are many bumps in the road, but with the help of his friends, old and new, and some crafty strategy, The boy is able to get a second chance at getting his life right.
Is it like a musical?
No.
Is there singing and dancing?
I don't think so, no. It's not like a main.
Okay.
So I was thinking The Hobby was like a band or something or music.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Do you have any hints prepared?
Do you guys want to know like the era that it's from?
Sure.
It's like right around when we were born. Like 90s.
This is gonna be wrong.
Jumanji. It's not anything like that.
Is it Jumanji?
It's Jumanji.
David's face was like,
I was like, do I say something? Or because if I say no, then you guys are going to keep
beat of
guessing.
his own drum. Where the
Because the board game makes a beat.
Gotcha. What the hell?
Have you guys seen that movie? Have any of you guys seen it?
Yeah, I've seen bits and pieces of the original Jumanji.
Yes.
For sure.
That was
oh,
going to be...
you've never fully seen it?
I think I have, but I can't remember.
Like as
I know
a kid,
at least
maybe?
I've seen bits and pieces.
Right.
I love it.
And I know the premise of the movie.
Yeah. And one of my hints was going to be like they recently made
A new version.
like a new series of it. Because they made 2 movies, I think, since.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So...
they're pretty good.
And I would have been like, the new ones have The Rock in it.
I just rewatched that movie 2 weeks ago.
What? Just my luck. Wait, did you bring that up to us? Is that why it was top of my mind? Or you just
I don't think
secretly
so.
watched it?
Why did
No.
why did you say Jumanji?
Yeah.
Like, was it the year or did you have like...
Yeah, because he said it was closer to our time. So I was thinking, what movie is closer to our time? And he had mentioned the bullies. I was like, oh yeah, they were bullying him at the beginning. I'm like, no way it's this movie, but I'm going to say it. And it's like Jumanji, and you're like,
Damn, so nothing related to it was literally just the bullies.
yeah.
See, because you said he got like sucked into his hobby, that was like deceiving because I was trying to think of like characters that were obsessed with something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Versus like he was forcibly pulled into a different
Like,
universe.
literally got slurped up by the board game.
I was thinking of this movie, which I doubt you guys have seen, but it's called Saving Silverman. And it's about this guy that starts dating this girl, and he's like super into her, but she's super toxic, and then his friends hate her. But his friends are also idiots. So, but I was like, there's no way David even knows this
No,
movie, so
I
it's
haven't
not
heard
it.
that.
That's what I was thinking. The hobby is the relationship with the girl.
Yeah.
Next time I'll text it. I literally was like, it's no way.
There's
it's
like
this
no,
movie.
it's like when we say like Titanic or something, you know?
Yeah.
Because
That's
the
so
next
funny.
time I'll text it, I really didn't think I was gonna get it.
No, I'm glad you said it out loud because I don't
It
think I
probably
would
would
have
have
gotten
gotten
there.
stumped. I definitely tried to make it a little because I didn't want to say board game because I knew if I said board game,
Yeah,
it would
that's
instantly
too
give it
much.
away. So I was having trouble how to describe it. So I was like, I'll go with hobby, but I could see where is it like a garage band or like something more active a hobby as opposed to like a game night
Yeah.
type thing, you know?
Yeah, I don't remember if it was like on Max's last chance for the month or if it just happened to come up and I was like, I just want something on in the background.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it was. I was like sorting my Pokemon cards. I'm like, I just need something in the background. So I put that movie on. Yeah, I always forget about the whole him getting bullied as a kid. I just remember him going to the shoe factory and then he fucks
I
up the
completely
machine
forgot
Yeah.
about that.
and he gets that guy fired. I'm like, damn.
Rob. And that's why I was like, oh, he gets a second chance to like fix everything. Like,
Yeah.
oh, tell your parents not to go to the ski resort.
Yeah.
And then they live.
Nice.
Well, I hope you guys guessed it at home pretty quickly. Because Oscar got it right away. No.
Alrighty. So this week we decided to do Reddit stories part 2.
Yeah.
So a couple weeks ago we did Am I the Asshole stories. So today we're going to do a similar thing, but not just Am I the Asshole, just any sort of stories we found on any subreddits.
Anything that sounded interesting.
Yeah, worth talking about.
Yeah. So we each prepared a couple stories. Who wants to go first?
One of the subreddits I like to go on is Ask Reddit. And this one says, what do you swear you saw but don't have any proof of? And this person actually lives in Ohio, and they said, a lion at my parents' house when I was a kid. My older brother saw it too. Coincidentally, a lion went missing from a zoo in Ohio around that time and was never found. My brother and I swore we saw it, but obviously had no proof. That winter, my parents found a giant paw print outside that definitely was not a dog, cat, coyote. Years later, when I was a freshman in high school, my friend's mom was driving me home and swore she saw a lion run across the road my parents live on. She never even knew the story about me swearing there was a lion out there. She was so convinced she immediately called the police. That was all the proof I needed to know I was never crazy and I know what I saw as a kid. It was 2004, 2006, so when my brother and I saw it, it was prior to the 2011 Zanesville, Ohio incident.
Oh, where a lot of animals ran away, right?
The spotting by my mom's friend was around 2012.
What the heck?
So they were loose for a minute?
The lion would have been living in the wilds of Ohio for like 6 years.
Well,
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Because he saw it in 2006 and then the lady saw it in 2012.
but would it have been the Zanesville 2011 lion? Or,
For the
dude,
lady,
how?
it could have
Or did
been.
they
But at least for the
reproduce?
kids, maybe not.
Yo.
Wait, so we're confirmed the Zanesville thing had a lion also get loose?
Mm.
It had a bunch of
Just a
animals.
bunch of
get
animals.
loose.
Oh,
Silly ass
How long
animal.
do lions live for, too?
I'm looking that up right now.
I'd say like 20 years, no?
Female
Yeah.
lions have an average lifespan of about 15 to 16 years in the wild, while males live 8 to 10 years, depending on their access to nutrition and natural habitat.
God dang, these men do not know how to live out there. What the heck? Do they just maul each other or what?
I just wonder what that lion was doing.
Right. And how did it know to hide away from humans, I guess?
Dude,
Yeah.
some
They're loud as
animals
hell.
are just smart.
Yeah, maybe living in the zoo,
Like
he
in
just
captivity,
knew,
yeah.
I can't be here. I got to get away
Right.
from these
Like,
people.
Humans
It's like
bad.
like Madagascar.
Mhm.
But they want to
real
go back to
life.
the zoo.
Yeah, but it's a cartoon movie.
That's
Yeah.
Jumanji
Wait.
in real life.
Which? No, there's one where they're trying to leave the zoo. Oh, wait, no.
No, they get kicked
Like-
out of the zoo
Oh, you're
because they
right.
escaped.
That's the opposite.
Yeah. And the second movie, the whole premise is that they want to go back to New York.
Well, then what's the first movie premise?
They got shipped off and they got lost, right? Or something?
Oh.
And they crash landed on Madagascar?
I think at
In
the
the boxes?
end they get ready to go back to New York, and then that's where the second movie starts.
Yeah, because the
Mm.
lion was a big like show star in the zoo.
Yeah.
He was like the shit. So he was like, why
Yeah.
would I want to leave the zoo?
When you go like, "Ah."
Yeah.
he would hit the pose. Alex, right?
And I fully believe that story. I fully believe the kid saw the lion and
Yeah.
like the lion was just out there.
Dude.
And it's like he said his brother saw it too, so they're both making it up.
Right.
No.
But dude, imagine as a parent, like, I just saw a lion. Like, yeah, like you guys probably talked about lions in your first grade class or
Yeah.
something.
You saw a lion toy. Saw the
That's so
Lion
I
King.
just think it would be weird
Scary.
for a kid to be like, I just saw a lion. I would be like,
But think
I
about
don't
it.
think so. I mean,
Kids-
it depends how old they
Yeah,
are.
kids
I'll be
say
like,
crazy
honey.
things all the time. That
I
like,
feel like kids are honest. I don't know.
Yeah, but you know, their imagination is always running too.
Yeah.
Also, if that were to happen, my first thought wouldn't be like, oh, there was a zoo escape, you know?
yeah.
It could happen, but I feel like it's very unlikely. So it's
That would
Yeah.
be so scary. Or even like seeing a gorilla. Like
Yeah.
you're just walking your dog.
I think a gorilla would be scarier to see.
Yeah. You don't know what the girl's gonna
Dude.
do.
the only comforting thing is they don't eat meat. So
Or even an elephant. I know they can be like dangerous.
hippos
That would be
are
the worst.
hippos
Are
are
hippos fast on land?
as fuck.
Really?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they're like 40 miles per hour or something crazy.
Do you think you would survive?
No,
Heck no.
dude, and they're
Dang it.
aggressive. They hate humans for some reason.
This topic. So one of the things I prepared for a future episode is animal trivia. So now that we're talking about all this stuff, I'm like, this would have been perfect with my
It's like
topic.
to bring that in.
yeah.
I like animal. I love trivia.
All right.
But we're doing Reddit stories, guys.
All right, so should we talk about? I guess since we have an animal, I'll save this question for animal trivia day.
All right.
Okay, just so you guys know, there will be Animal Trivia Day.
Who's got a story?
I can do one.
Go for it.
So this is from AITAH, or Am I the Asshole? The title is, Am I the asshole for telling my youngest son that he can't exclude his older brother, even though his brother excluded him?
Wait, can you repeat that again?
Am I the asshole for telling my youngest son that he cannot exclude his older brother, even though his brother excluded him?
No, I don't think he's the asshole.
You
No.
haven't read the story. I haven't
Sorry.
read the story yet.
Go again. Go for it.
Wait, she said he's not the asshole or what?
They're saying, am I the...
Yeah. Never mind. Just
she
keep
was
it.
saying,
Yeah.
no, you're not the asshole. But she doesn't know the
Yeah,
story
Sam,
yet.
you're a fucking asshole.
I'm just reading a story. Anyways, my oldest son, 15 male, is turning 16 this Saturday. On Monday, he told me that he wanted to celebrate his birthday with just his friends. I didn't mind this and told him that I was fine with it. Yesterday, I asked my son what his plans were, and he just told me that he was planning on going out to eat and then going to see a movie later. Nothing major. So I told him to let me know how much he thinks everything will cost so I could give him money. However, my youngest son, 13 male, walked in on us mid-conversation and asked his older brother if he was able to attend. My oldest said no and that he just wanted to spend his birthday with his friends instead. He then turned and asked me if he could go. I just told him that his brother doesn't want him to go and he should respect that. I told the younger one that we're still going out to eat as a family on Sunday, so just let his older brother have his birthday to himself. My son was obviously saddened by this, but just said okay and walked to his room. My oldest was upset and said that he didn't want to make his younger brother feel bad, and I told him that I was going to check up on him to make sure he was all right. When I went to my younger son's room, he seemed all right, and so I took that as a good sign. I asked how he was doing and if he was still upset. He told me that he wasn't upset and he'll just do the same thing when it's his birthday. I was confused on what he meant, so I asked him to clarify. He told me that when it's his birthday in May, he doesn't want his older brother coming with us to Disney World.
Yo.
I asked him why, and he told me that it was only fair.
What a smart little kid.
I told him that those two aren't comparable and Hal will be gone for the entire week. He told me that he doesn't care, and since the trip is for his birthday, he should be able to decide who gets to come. I told him that I wasn't going to allow him to exclude his older brother like that, and he got mad with me and told me that that's what he's allowing his older brother to do to him. I told him that he'll still get to celebrate his brother's birthday on Sunday and that I wouldn't feel comfortable leaving his brother alone for the entire week by himself. He told me that he doesn't care and he actually doesn't want to go anymore since he wasn't wanted at first. He then told me that if I make his brother go on the trip, we might as well not go at all. I told him that if that's what he wants, then we won't. He said he could care less.
Dang.
That kid needs to be smacked in the face.
Let me keep going.
Oh,
One
no.
more paragraph. I was worried about my son's behavior and I decided to talk to my wife about it. She told me that she doesn't think it'll be fair to exclude our oldest from the trip, but then said that our youngest probably feels left out and that if he doesn't want his brother coming, then he shouldn't be allowed to come. She said because he didn't try to argue, we should just allow him to do what he wants and ask our parents if they can take our oldest child for the week.
Whoa. The
damn.
wife is an asshole. What the heck? No, I get like the kid because I feel like I would have said the same thing back in the day. Like, oh, that's not fair. But it's, yeah, like you said, not comparable at all.
It's not
a week-long
comparable.
trip
Versus
where
like,
a couple hours
yeah.
in your town.
And like the movies, you can do that multiple times. Like you can do that anytime, really. But go to Disneyland is a planned vacation.
But as a kid, you don't care about that. You're like, fair is
Just
fair.
fair is fair.
Yeah.
I think that would be a great time to teach that kid a lesson. And all right, if you could care less, then we're not going. And you know,
Yeah.
the week out, they're gonna be like, can we get a ticket? Nope, sorry. And I'm saving my money.
He
Bucko.
should have argued, well, your friends aren't coming to Disney. So, like, it's different.
Not
Like
comparable.
the dad should have said that.
Yeah.
I would have said that I'm trying to figure out how I would have resolved this issue. Like I would have said if he were to go to Disneyland for his birthday and he didn't want to invite you, I would say I don't care, he's going. Like if that
I don't think that's the right way to approach it either.
But
though.
I'm just saying like I don't know.
This
Maybe
is
I would
how-
force my oldest kid to just take his brother.
This is how I would resolve it.
That's what I think. I would rather have the oldest take the youngest with them.
Just like
Yeah.
stop it there.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
think that'd be like my final option. If I can't convince him otherwise, then I'm going to go with that. But I think the way I would resolve it is be like, you know what? I'm going to give you double the money of what I'm giving your older brother for the movies. So if he's getting $20, I'm giving you 40.
And that might be enough to make him be like, okay.
Yeah. He's 13. $40 goes a long way.
Nah, I'm letting that kid. I'm not caving. Like, no, it's not comparable. If you don't want to go, we'll send you with my parents. I don't know.
And
That
you would
just seems
take the
petty.
older to Disneyland
For the younger kid's birthday.
That's the worst
no,
response.
no.
That's terrible.
Hey,
I
you
know
can't
he's just
force
mad,
it.
and I think the kid would get over it if you asked him a week later. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I don't know.
I don't know. Would Miguel get over it?
No, probably not.
Or maybe like the mom could take the youngest one on a movie date like some other time. Just him, not the older brother.
That's what I was thinking
Well,
too.
I think his problem is with his brother though, not with his mom or dad.
Yeah.
You know? Like it's like my brother doesn't want to spend time with me. Well, I don't need to spend time with him. Is like his logic.
Because
Yeah.
my little sister would always want to join like me and my friends like stuff.
Yeah.
And it was just so annoying.
It's crazy that the mom was like, yeah, let's just send the kid. Like, she definitely
That
has
is so
a favorite
sad.
kid, and it's the youngest kid.
I don't know, but like
I don't know. As the mom, I don't know how she was like immediately like, oh, yeah, that makes sense.
I think she understands. I'm like, I did say that because it is his birthday. Like, he should have a right
But
to
it's
choose
just
who comes
so
and not.
not compared. Like, a whole family vacation is
That
crazy.
kid
Yeah.
takes after his mom.
Because then what's the older kid going to think? Like, oh, wow, you're like so easily willing to leave me for a week because of 1 4-hour period or something. Like, I don't know. I think.
but the oldest kid should have just let him go to his birthday.
I mean, yeah, should have, but.
I mean, he still could. It hasn't happened. What if you go to the oldest kid and say, "Hey, the younger brother doesn't want you to come to Disney anymore because you didn't want him at the movies
Yeah.
with you. You should go talk to him." I think that would be the ideal.
Yeah.
Is the older brother goes
Yeah.
and is like apologizes and says, "I actually want you to come."
Would Bella come to your stuff with your friends?
Yeah, I think so. But I mean, she was a lot younger, so there was stuff
Mhm.
that like it didn't make sense for her to go to.
The 2-year gap isn't significant at all. Really.
Yeah,
Well, I
like
mean,
you could
it's
have
somewhat-
similar friend groups.
Right. So who is the asshole or whatever?
The
Like,
dad
who are
is
we-
asking, is he an asshole? I don't think so.
I don't think the dad. No, I think the dad's really trying to make it work.
The mom's the asshole.
I don't think the mom's the asshole either. Hold on.
I think she's just trying to make peace,
Yeah.
make everyone happy.
I just really don't think it's comparable at all. Like
The
the
little
fact that
kid's a
she's so
smart ass.
easily.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
he
he's
is.
just being a
smart
little
ass. I think the older brother is
petty.
a little asshole.
Yeah. This family's full of assholes.
It's just a bad situation.
Yeah.
It's just,
it's-
yeah. Yeah, imagine if Saudi was like, "We're going to Disney. Don't bring David." I would have been so pissed.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have ever gotten over it.
So a lot of the people are saying, yeah, don't argue with the 13-year-old about what's fair. You tell them that they can get something similar, one afternoon and a meal with his friends.
Yeah,
that's
that's
even
like the
better.
best.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No more-
because it
no
sets
more
the precedent of like,
Disneyland.
oh wow, we're really gonna cave to a 13-year-old's
Exactly.
request for
And,
such
like,
a big request.
And Disney's a family vacation. I feel like they need to rephrase it like, yeah, we are going for your birthday, but it's like a family vacation. But if you want to do an
Yeah.
event with your friends, we can also let you do that.
It's still kind of whatever, but I'm sure the older kid would understand. Even if when you're at Disney, maybe one afternoon or evening, you're like, hey, can you hang back at the hotel and then do something with the younger kid? It still seems kind of like leaving them out, but
They come
that's
back,
better than the week.
and the little kid's like, "We went on the Millennium Falcon." He's like, "What? There was no line. We went 4 times."
Yeah, a lot of people are saying not the asshole, but they're suggesting you do something to make the vacation more a family vacation versus a birthday trip, and
Yeah.
then do a separate birthday
Yeah,
celebration
like
for him,
rephrasing
which
it.
makes sense because it's like if you think that's his birthday trip, it's like you give one kid Disney for his birthday and the other kid nothing, like a
Like a-
movie.
yeah.
Funny.
That's true. Yeah. You got a story, David?
Oh, yeah, shit. I actually have a couple. Mine's also on Am I the Asshole? I, 29 female, went to go get breakfast with my friends, 27, 30, 28, 18, and they all wanted to do 10, but I wanted to do 6:30 in the morning. Am I the asshole? I think yes. I think yes. No, I'm just kidding.
For context,
I was like, this sounds familiar.
Yeah, I was like trying to do the numbers. I was like, what are our ages?
I could tell you trying to count the numbers right now.
I was like, "What's going on?"
So today, when
Yeah.
we picked a breakfast place, Marisol was like, "Can we go at 8 a.m.?" And
No,
me,
I
We're
said
like,
8:30 because it's breakfast.
and me and David said absolutely not.
We're like 10 is the earliest we'll do.
Yeah.
And then we compromised. We did 9:30.
Oscar also said 10. We might as well have lunch.
Yeah, to me, 10 is a
10
late
is
breakfast.
late.
See, in my mind, when I say I want to go out for breakfast, I don't mean breakfast. I mean brunch every time.
True.
Brunch
true.
is the earliest I'm going out to eat for.
Especially on a Sunday. Ooh. All right. Little jokey joke. But all right, this one is called Am I the Asshole For being mad, my boyfriend won't make noodles the way I like. Has anyone heard this one?
No.
Okay, this one's
I'm on the
good.
girl side already,
This
though.
one's really good, actually. Okay, let me get comfy. Okay, this sounds dumb, but hear me out. I've always been a picky eater, especially when it comes to tomatoes. Ever since I was a kid, my dad would make my spaghetti different from the rest of the house. I like having an essence of the sauce flavor on the noodles, but not the overpowering flavor having noodles bathed in sauce creates. So here's where it gets a bit odd. My dad would separate my spaghetti from the family's after putting the sauce on, and then would rinse the sauce off with the sink and strainer. I love noodles like this as it is a nice subtle tomato vibe given to the mild spaghetti.
What?
My 20 boyfriend, 26, has known about this since we first started dating. He always told me my food habits were cute. We have been dating for almost 3 years now and moved in together at the beginning of the pandemic so we could be in lockdown together. Ever since we moved in together, he insisted on taking charge of cooking and all cooking related tasks, dishes, grocery shopping, and he assigned me to the role of cleaning the bulk of the apartment. We split other tasks pretty much 50-50. Everything was perfect, and he always seemed to be making noodles the way I like them, and I like them when we have them. This was until last week when we last had spaghetti. We ate and everything was good, but afterwards he started teasing me, saying things like, "You really like your pasta with an essence of tomato, and how is your tomato essence, babe?"
Oh, I know where this is going, I think.
Always using finger quotes around the word essence. After a few comments, I felt something was off and asked him if he had done anything differently with tonight's noodles. That made me think, what did he do to my drink?
My diet Dr. Kelp?
I asked him if he had done anything differently with tonight's noodles. When he finally stopped laughing, he told me the whole truth while smirking. He said, "I didn't do anything different than I usually do. I have never been making it the way you have requested." Apparently, the entire time we've been living together, he's just been skipping the pasta sauce on my noodles entirely. He claimed that if I didn't notice for this long, then it shouldn't matter that he is making dinner in a way that is easier for him. I disagree entirely. I think the lying was a huge breach of trust, and so was the refusal to make dinner how I wanted. I've admittedly been acting passive-aggressively to him since, but he thinks he did nothing wrong. That I'm overreacting and that I need to let it go. Am I the asshole?
Okay, I said I was going to be on the girl's side, but I changed my mind. I'm fully on the boyfriend's side.
Hold up. So was he just giving her noodles?
Just like plain
Plain
noodles.
noodles.
Plain
And
noodles.
she imagined the essence of tomato on it.
No, that makes sense. If you're washing it off, like, it should just taste like noodles.
Right.
So I don't think he. Wait.
So is the girl the asshole for getting mad at him for doing
Yeah,
that?
she's being dumb.
Yeah.
And honestly, she needs to grow up.
I think it's a funny quirk, but
You would be okay with that quirk?
yeah, it's like there was a trend going around. I saw like people making TikToks where like the girlfriend would ask the boyfriend to peel their orange.
Right.
And that was like a whole thing, like, and oh my gosh, some of the boyfriends reacted so like,
Well, that's yeah.
Yeah,
They
it
reacted
was-
so toxic. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not going to peel your orange.
like I just want to teach you, like, no, like, chill. I think if you really like this person, I would put some, I mean, I guess it is kind of wasteful, but
Yeah, would you rinse it?
I would rinse it.
Really?
It'd be,
You
I would think it's so corny every time, sure, but
simp.
like,
I think the lying part is what makes, and the joy he got out of being like, I never made it
but
that
I
way.
think it's such a mild thing. Like, she's saying, like, he broke my trust. I'm like,
Okay,
you
yeah, that was a
didn't
bit
even
different.
notice.
Yeah,
like,
you
it's
didn't even
not that big of
realize
a
it.
deal. It's not like he was sneaking something into your food.
Right, that
That
would have been worse.
different. But it's like he just didn't do your silly request of rinsing off
Breach of
the
trust.
tomato sauce from noodles.
Damn, it's gonna be so rough the next time someone wants spaghetti there. Like,
Or
let's not.
I wonder if she, now the way she's thinking about it is like, oh, if he lied about that so insignificant, what else would he lie about? But
I don't know. It's
it's
a
not that big of a
reach.
deal.
Yeah, I feel on the scale of trust, it is a very minor thing.
Yeah.
I will say I don't like how the boyfriend approached the situation at all. Like, he could have been like, "Hey, by the way, try the noodles. I didn't rinse them off."
Right.
Because it could also be that maybe
She just likes plain noodles.
No, well, yeah, but she was probably getting the tomato essence just from being,
The
from
smell?
the kitchen and
Yeah.
from his. But I kind of agree. I would, if she wanted it rinsed, yeah, I would cringe every time, but I'm gonna rinse it off.
See, I mean, if she was helping me cook and then was like watching, then yeah. But like, since she wasn't helping at all, I get his point of like, well, that just
Save a step.
Yeah.
Because I'm already gonna use the strainer anyway when I strain the water out
Initially,
of the noodles.
right?
Yeah,
It's already dirty.
It's already used.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's just another 10 seconds to rinse off the noodles?
All right. There's a couple edits actually. Edit. My boyfriend found the post and is not happy.
Oh no.
I'm debating pouring the sauce directly down the drain to spite him.
Oh my, that's petty.
Edit 2. So a lot has happened since this morning.
Oh my gosh.
Y'all may be happy to hear we broke up. We had a huge blow up fight since he found the post, which led to me breaking up with him. He did not like being called a predator, and I started to think.
Oh, it's because she said 20 and 26, but they were dating for 3 years. So they started dating when he was 17, and she was 17 and he was 23.
And she's like, I started to think y'all had a point about that, so I ended up breaking up with him. Like unrelated
Unrelated to the spaghetti noodles.
He attempted to plead with me a bit. My parents pay our rent, so he can't afford the place without me, but I wouldn't budge. Now, some things I found out in the argument. First, he is not a pharmacist like he always told me. He just works at CVS.
Oh
Second, he has actually cheated on me multiple times with other girls that go to my college. And lastly, and worst of all, he has never actually been allergic to dogs and just doesn't like them.
Damn.
So just random
Oh
things
my
she found out
gosh.
from
I'm so
the
glad she told this the
Yeah.
spaghetti story.
essence of tomato, dude.
If all, I mean, still, all else equal, the tomato story independent, not a big deal.
Clearly not a big deal at all.
Yeah.
But all these other things, yeah, good to break
yeah.
up.
Even before that, I didn't think the girl was the asshole.
Nah. Well,
But there goes to show that this one small thing, was
woman's
actually
intuition.
hiding all these bigger things, shows his character. Red
That's
flag.
crazy. I don't think that he was breaking the trust that much by not doing the spaghetti thing. But clearly he was lying about other things.
Stuff. Well, I guess I didn't even think about it until now. Like, if he could lie about that little thing, he was cheating.
Hey, this is a blessing in disguise for that girl.
Right. She got lucky. That's how she caught him, I guess.
Dude, it is crazy when things like that happen on Reddit when they're like, oh yeah, this completely changed my life. And if I hadn't posted this on a random Wednesday or whatever,
Yeah.
stick to the status quo.
I'm glad she came back and put those edits in.
I know, they were hilarious. All of them were
Yeah.
just like really funny.
All right, Marisol, do you have a story?
Yeah. I never use Reddit, so I just put crazy funny stories.
Mm-hmm.
And it worked. Okay, so
Wait, do you know what subreddit it's from?
Or is this not from Reddit at all?
It was a subreddit. It's like, what is your craziest story that you've been wanting to tell people, but you don't really, or it doesn't come up, something like that.
Okay.
So he said, not really the craziest, but this is my absolute favorite story in the world, and it's 100% true. I've got 3 cousins who are birth siblings and were adopted by my aunt and uncle 20 some odd years ago. The oldest boy was maybe 6 at the time, and the 2 younger sisters were maybe 3 and 4. They had just moved in, and my aunt and uncle wanted to introduce them to some kids in the neighborhood from the Cook family down the street. So they set up a dinner date on the calendar. The oldest is just learning how to read, and it's the newest to the house. So he gets his sisters to pack their toys, and they get caught trying to sneak out of the house. My aunt, who at this point is still a strange old lady this kids just moved in with, asks them why they're leaving. And the oldest asks her, why does the calendar say cook kids for dinner? That I can't imagine the beer 6-year-old me would have felt in my new mom had that written on their calendar. But this story is just so damn cute for some reason.
Imagine he says that and she starts laughing
Like
because of
maniacal.
how funny it is.
Right.
And that's going to make him think even worse. Like
She's
shit.
a crazy villain gonna eat
Imagine
us.
reading that and you just go to your sisters and like,
We
We gotta
run.
go. We gotta go. Pack your favorite toy.
We're out of here.
It's like Hansel and Gretel. Like, we
Yeah,
gotta scram.
literally.
Even after like my aunt was saying like, no, it's eat with the Cook family.
It'd be skeptical.
Yeah, I would still be
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna watch out the entire day.
That's what a
Side
lady
eye.
trying to cook some kids would say.
Side eye.
That was a good one.
Should we do another round?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got another one.
Okay.
So this is from TIFU, or Today I Fucked Up.
Oh, those are great.
Today I fucked up by listening to what my wife said without questioning it. I'm sitting in front of the washing machine wondering how the fuck I got here. I had just successfully fixed the garage door. I was super proud and came upstairs from the basement, and my wife had just finished walking the dog and came in through the front door. I greeted her, excited to brag about how I just fixed the door. She handed me the poop bag and told me to toss it for her, and I put the poop to the side as I was telling her about how I fixed the garage. A fly appeared out of nowhere on the wall right next to where we were talking. I've dealt with a lot of flies before, and I'm actually really good at killing them. The key is a flick of the wrist. You need to swing fast and hard and just slap down on the fly with a vengeance so you can make contact before it bolts away. I lined up my hand and was about to execute when she yelled at me, "Ew, don't use your hand." I looked around, saw her flip-flop near the door, and she was like, "Just use the poop bag." I picked up the little green poop bag, lined up, shot, and slapped the shit out of the fly. When the bag made impact with the wall, it burst open. Shit flew everywhere. It sprayed on my face. It got on my hair. It was on the floor, on the wall. It was on big chunks on my shirt and on my jeans. I stood there in disbelief as my wife burst out laughing. My two young sons were just rounding the corner and watched it happen. Everyone was rolling on the floor crying in laughter. I took a shower and realized that my only work appropriate jeans had dog shit on them, so I went downstairs to do some laundry. As I sit here in front of my washing machine, I'm still wondering, did I even kill the fly?
The setup, though, by the way.
Why
like-
would she tell him to use the poop bag?
She set him up for failure.
Dude, that was so rough.
My dad does that shit. Or he'll just kill it with his hand.
Has he ever killed it with the poop bag?
No, thank God.
The collateral damage on that, too. The cleanup was so
Right.
annoying.
I wonder if he made his wife clean it up.
He probably cleaned it up because he already had shit on him.
Right.
Right.
All over your face.
Oh, that's the worst part.
gosh. You really did fuck up.
And it was probably steaming hot because it was fresh.
Even if someone was like, "No, use the poop bag," I'm not gonna be like, "Yeah,
right,
No, also
like-
on him. Why didn't he be like, no, I'm good with my hand?
Use your brain.
It was like, it sounds like it was one of those in the moment, like,
Right.
"Oh, we gotta kill it right now." Like,
Yeah.
It sounds like she wears the pants in the relationship.
Well, obviously he's washing his currently. It's just funny to me too that she's like, "Ew, don't use your hand. Use the poop bag." That's not gross at all.
Yeah, you know what my dad does? He'll like catch it, shake it, and throw it against the wall.
And
The
they
fly?
do they
The
end up
fly.
being dead?
Yeah, because he throws it so fast and hard that like it is
Dang, that's kind
dead
of
on impact.
You gotta throw it real hard, I feel.
Yeah.
Because none of it just starts
He
flying
does it.
away midair.
Nope.
Do you think shaking it like messes
Rattles
up its
his brain.
wings?
Maybe.
Or
Or
he
like-
like is squeezing it while it's in his hand, actually
No,
killing
he doesn't
it.
squeeze it. He'll
How
like
do you know?
Because like you've seen
I've
it like
seen it.
full like not.
yeah, and then he'll
You don't know how hard he's squeezing. He could be
He'll
pretending to shake it.
throw
He's
it.
actually just squeezing it really hard, and then
throw it,
It's already
and then
dead.
it goes boom, and it dies.
that reminds me of the time we were in Grandma's driveway and there was a bee flying around, and Carlos went and caught it in his hand. He's like, "Yeah, I got it," and then it stung him in his hand. He's like, "Oh," and like let it go.
Oh,
Oh
Carlos.
no.
why would you catch a bee?
I don't know, because it was like bothering us. Like, I got this.
He learned a lesson that day, but I bet you in the moment he's like, "Holy cow! I actually caught it." That's like a Bruce Lee moment, you know?
Right. That's not the only bee story from Grandma's house.
Oh no, what's the other one?
Oh,
What? What?
I remember this.
I don't think we've ever told this one on the pod,
pod?
but we talk about it like
All the time.
no.
Okay.
There was
All
it?
right. I pulled my leg. I guess I'll tell the story.
You want to go, Sally? Go for it.
So we were out in the front yard at grandma's house, and the way it is there's like a porch with many windows, and then where the roof is, there was like
it goes into a V shape where the roof is,
Like a triangle.
there was a beehive.
right at the point of that V.
Mhm.
One of our older cousins, Aramis, and at this, how old do you think we all were? I
Like
was probably,
elementary school,
right?
Like first grade, maybe, or not that young.
No, maybe like first or second grade for sure.
So Rami's would have been like 5th or 6th grade.
Yeah, so older. And so he had a good throwing hand. And so he started throwing rocks at it. And we were like, oh, let's try to get this beehive down. And we were like, oh, yeah, that's dope. We started doing it. And my little dumb elementary school brain's like, these little rock, we're just hitting it. Like, we're not knocking it down. Let me take a shortcut and throw a really big rock at it. And so I pick up I don't know why no one stopped me. Obviously, it was my fault, whatever. But I pick up this big rock, my little SpongeBob arms. I'm like, all right, let me throw it. And I launched this straight into one of the windows, and it goes right through into the porch. And as soon as the glass shatters, the whole window didn't shatter. It was like a circular hole. I was like, wow. And so as soon as that happens, no one says anything. And I just like crumpled to the floor and started crying because I knew I was going to get in trouble. I was like,
Yeah, it was so funny because Aramis was grabbing these small
Like pebbles,
rocks. Yeah,
yeah.
they were so easy to throw. And
he
you
was
grabbed
accurate.
the biggest
Dude.
rock you could find.
it was like part of a driveway or so. I don't know. It was like, it was a big rock. And in my mind, it all made sense. It's like, oh, when I hit the beehive, it's gonna like crumple instantly and fall down.
Yeah,
And then the window remained broken for like
forever.
a while. And so every
It's
time
a
we would pull
reminder.
in or leave out, I was like, golly.
Just the funniest part is David's like standing there. We're all standing there in silence. He just crouches down into a tiny ball and starts
and
crying.
My hands in my face. Or face in my hands like, oh.
See, I picture him like on his knees, hands on his face. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were crying because you knew you were gonna get
I
in
was
trouble.
like, dude, I'm
We all knew.
We all knew.
Who
yeah.
told your grandma?
I
Or
think
was
she-
your
uh,
grandma's
I
house,
think she
right?
came out.
I think they heard.
She
I think.
probably heard the window.
Yeah, I think they heard the window break and
And
they
the
came out
big ass
there.
rock just land on the porch. It was probably like, boom.
You know, like as an adult, when you hear like a loud thump and then you hear no noise from children, you're like, oh shit,
Yeah.
what happened?
Yeah.
And honestly, for how many of us were always there, stuff like that.
We didn't break up that much
yeah, we were
stuff.
pretty good. So I was like, of course, I went and messed it up.
Yeah, this was like the biggest fuck up.
That is my today I fucked up. Instant
okay.
regret.
Were we
dude.
leaving? Because I always remember seeing this from the van. Like I was watching it through the window
Maybe.
as we were driving
That's
away.
probably why we were like outside because we were about to leave.
Because I don't know what happened after.
Yeah, me neither.
Because
I wasn't
like,
there
No.
afterwards.
I'm like, I'm
It's like
pretty
a
sure we
snapshot
left.
of just that specific moment.
it was probably like, dang, this sucks for David. Bye.
Yeah.
We should ask my mom if she saw it. Like, yeah, I was pulling out of the driveway and then I just drove
Right,
away.
if she remembers that story.
She's like, you should probably roll down the window. What happened to the window? I'm just on the ground.
Were you a big crier?
Oh yeah,
I was gonna say, I feel like I hear a lot of like stories of you and you just cry.
cry. No, I was definitely an emotional kid. Emotional boy.
Cry baby.
Cry baby.
Were you guys ever like, quiere llorar, quiere llorar?
Mm.
I feel like that was something the adults chanted to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that we chanted to each other.
I feel like my aunts would say that to me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so mean.
We were pretty supportive cousins. They're like, oh, David's crying. He just does that. Just let him cry it out for a second.
Yeah, it was the aunts that would bully us.
Dang, that's gonna be us with the new generation. Like, all the little kids.
No, the quiere llorar chant is so mean.
It's
I don't
so
think I can
mean.
do that to
No.
somebody.
My cousins would do that to me, but I don't. My aunts or uncles have never done that to me.
That seems like something that would be on brand for me, but I would feel bad. So I don't know if I
Yeah.
can do it.
Like, damn, I actually made him cry.
It'd have to be to like my kid, you know, where I'm like, all right, I'll deal with the fallout. Not soon.
No, I'm the one that's like, oh, here's $1. Go buy some chips.
Dude, getting $1 as a kid was the best. You remember our Uncle Chewy, may he rest in peace, on like Thanksgiving and stuff, he would put $1 at the top of that pole
Oh,
in
yeah.
the basement, and we'd have to crawl up and get it. And you got it. You're like, dang, I'm rich.
Should I tell another story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so I have another from Am I the Asshole? Am I the asshole for telling my boyfriend he needs to get a gym membership?
Oof.
But listen, I, 22 female, am currently living in a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment in the heart of the city, sharing the space with 2 roommates. Recently, my boyfriend, 22 male, has been spending most nights at my place since he lives with his parents 45 minutes away, and my apartment is much closer to his work. However, this arrangement has led to some morning conflicts. The issue arose when my boyfriend's lengthy bathroom routines, cough cough David,
David.
started causing disruptions to our household's morning flow. Not only would he take extensive showers, but he would also spend considerable amount of time pooping, causing one of my roommates to be late for work one day. I talked to my roommates and we agreed he could stay over the night, but he could not use the bathroom in the morning.
Ooh.
In an attempt to address the problem, I had a conversation with my boyfriend, and I suggested that if he intended to continue staying over, adjustments needed to be made regarding his morning bathroom usage. I proposed he refrain from using our bathroom during peak hours to ensure everyone could get ready for their day without unnecessary delays. Understandably, my boyfriend expressed concerns about the practicality of commuting back to his place every morning just to use the bathroom. He said he couldn't drive all the way back to his parents' house and back in time to still make it to work. In search of a compromise, I suggested he get a gym membership at a facility near my apartment. It's only $15 a month. It has a locker room and showers, as well as a cafe in the lobby, so he could get ready and eat breakfast there. My boyfriend seemed offended by the request. He didn't like the idea of me kicking him out early every morning like he's some kind of cheap hookup. I told him if he didn't get the gym membership, he could no longer stay over on weeknights at all, since he was inconveniencing my roommates. Then he accused me of prioritizing them over our relationship. Am I the asshole?
Ooh,
Not the
no,
asshole.
Not the asshole, I don't think.
I think she's trying to make a solution.
She's trying.
Because, yeah.
And he's being stubborn.
I also think it's inconsiderate that he's taking that long.
Yeah.
And there's like
Yeah.
3 other people in the house that need to get ready.
Like, he's... How is it? Like, he's just thinking about himself.
It's like, yeah, pretty entitled. You don't pay rent there. You don't live there.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're occupying it the whole time. Like,
It's like, yeah, I get that driving back to your parents' house is far, but if you're planning to stay here, like, you can't inconvenience the
The people
roommates.
that
yeah,
live
that
Yeah.
live
Actually
here.
pay rent there.
I'm trying to think, like, I was like, if you're going there already, can't you shower the night before or something like that?
Mhm.
Like, try your best to not inconvenience the
Right.
household.
Yeah.
Like, either wait until everyone's done with the bathroom and then you can use it, or get up way earlier than everybody and make sure you're
Mhm.
out by like the time they need it.
Yeah.
And if you're already showered like the night before and you don't have to do that, change, go to work early and poop in
Poop
the
at work.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep, poop on work time. It's
Or-
the best.
Honestly, the gym membership is not a bad, like, it's a
Yeah.
very good
It's a very
compromising
good, yeah.
suggestion.
Especially-
$15?
Mhm.
The fact
The
that he
price.
said it sucks that you are prioritizing them than me.
No.
It's like kind of fucked up.
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of
Because
ultimatum.
I'm like,
doesn't
yeah, they
live there.
paid to live here.
Mhm.
And she's probably been living there for a minute before they started dating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, 3 people for 1 bathroom. Rough.
Rough. Yeah, but David, I'm telling you, you gotta get it in check.
What has it impeded you getting to work on time?
I'm saying for when you have a girlfriend. Well, we
Oh,
don't
yeah,
wake up
yeah.
at the same time.
Yeah,
so
no, that's
Yeah,
good.
luckily you guys don't
Thank
have that.
We're on
issue.
the opposite schedules.
Thank God.
Damn.
They still take a long time in the bathroom. I have been there. One time we both peed outside because you were in the bathroom.
I've peed
What?
twice outside.
Oh, I didn't know that. My bad, yo. She.
We were like, it's not worth it. Let's just go. We were also taking shots, so we were like kind of getting drunk.
You're like, oh yeah, this is a great idea.
We'll just go outside.
Yeah.
No, he definitely needs to clean up his act.
Agreed.
I feel for
Not
him
the
though. You
asshole.
don't know,
I
but
think
no,
the,
the entitlement is bad.
I think the gym membership is a pretty good idea. If
Yeah.
it's
Great
not like
idea.
far, $15 you can shower, poop.
And if he wants, he can go work out.
Yeah, you
Right.
can go work
Outside.
out. Did they say breakfast too?
Yeah, there's like
Yeah,
a
there's the cafe there.
What?
That's a nice gym for 15 bones.
I'm sure there's like the massage chairs there too.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's literally kudos. I don't even know if I would have thought of that, but good on her for coming up with that.
That's technically like $15 rent.
Right.
Yeah.
Literally.
And if even if he only applies it once or twice a week, that's like 8 times. That's like $2 a trip. Like
yeah,
that's so worth
definitely
it.
worth it.
Yeah.
Cheap hookup, bro. Like why would you even frame it like that? That's so
Yeah.
dumb. Like
Like you're trying to gaslight. I don't
oh
know.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not like you don't hang out other than sleeping over.
Mhm.
Right,
If
you
you're
would
in a
think-
relationship, you're probably hanging out.
Yeah, if he's
Yeah.
coming after work, he's there all day.
Yeah. I like that one because the title was very misleading.
Yeah.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
I was
The
like, oh
title's
shit.
like,
is
am I
it-
the asshole for telling my boyfriend to go to the gym?
Yeah.
Like, you're
Ooh.
fat. Get it together.
Right.
Get in shape.
So I
What?
guess my question
Well, that's
is,
what it made it seem like, but that's not how it was.
is his work close to the downtown too?
Yeah, his
Okay.
work is near
Oh,
her
right, right.
apartment.
Oh,
so
okay.
it's
I might
also
have missed that.
convenient for him
Yeah.
to stay there.
Yeah,
Sounds
no,
like
he definitely
just
has
need
to
to get
compromise.
his place down there.
Right.
Mhm.
He's
Or
just
that, yeah.
mooching off of her and
Mhm.
inconveniencing the roommates.
Right, $15 for that gym membership. No issues moving forward.
Do one of you guys have another story?
Yes, I have 2, but I'm gonna prioritize the one that I think is more interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, more of a topic.
Yeah, just choose one.
Combo.
We're not getting to that third one.
Surprise, surprise! Another "Am I the asshole?" My favorite. Am I the asshole for getting matching tattoos with my best friend after his girlfriend told me it made her uncomfortable?
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, can you repeat that?
Am I the asshole for getting matching tattoos with my best friend after his girlfriend told me it made her uncomfortable?
Oh, okay. I get it.
I need to find out the
Yeah.
genders of these
Yeah.
people.
It's a
Here.
girl and a guy, and the guy has a girlfriend.
Yes. All right. So basically, I, 19 female, have been best friends with Devin or Devon. Let's just go with Devin. 20 male. Since we were teenagers, around 13, 14 years old. We have been extremely close since then, and his friendship means more to me than any other relationship in my life. When we were around 16, he casually said, "Hey, maybe we should get matching tattoos to remind us that we're always there for each other." And I said it sounded cool, and it wasn't really mentioned again. We were minors, so it wasn't exactly plausible. But recently, we passed a tattoo place, and I joked, "Remember when we were younger and we wanted to get matching tattoos?" Which led to a discussion leading up to us deciding that we wanted to do it for real. We took a few days to decide on the design. My friend is a graphic designer, so she made it for us. But it's basically a light bulb shaped like a heart with the words, "I'll be your light. Love you always."
Oh my god.
Oh.
Sort of woven through the image. The light bulb thing is an inside thing between us, and we always say, "Love you, I love you."
Oh.
So it wasn't anything off-putting. And then the day before the appointment was scheduled, Devin's girlfriend, Bianca, came up to me hysterically, saying that we couldn't go through with the tattoos. I'm assuming Devin must have told her. She didn't really give me any room to speak, but she talked a lot about how uncomfortable the idea made her. They've been in an extremely serious relationship for a while, and he was starting to consider a proposal. But I told her that I was still getting the tattoo, as Devin had been an important part of my life for years and meant a lot to me. And that tattoo was our idea together, not just mine. Obviously, we went through with it, and it felt really nice for a while, until Bianca called me and started freaking out. Apparently, I'm a horrible person. The tattoo was too romantic. Even though it was not, we're just extremely close friends. I'm sure she has friends she would say, "I love you too. It's not a big deal." But now she's saying she wants it to be removed, and I really don't know what to do. Because on one hand, I don't want to be responsible for ruining Devin's relationship / possible marriage. But on the other hand, I do not want to get rid of the tattoo. Am I the asshole?
The boyfriend is the asshole.
Yeah, why did he get it if like his girlfriend's not okay with it?
Yeah.
That's messed up.
As for the girl best friend, is she the asshole? I don't know. It's not her responsibility to maintain the guy's
Their
relationship.
relationship.
Mm.
But she knew it would, I don't know. I feel like she's playing dumb saying that it's not romantic. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
It's in the
I
shape
feel
of
like
a heart.
something's going on.
it's literally in the shape of a heart and says, I love you always.
They
or
could have got a
something.
different design.
Like, they could have just gotten like a wolf. Something cool. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Or a normal light bulb.
Right. Yeah, just a
Just like
normal
the
light
light
bulb.
bulb.
That's what I thought it was gonna be. I'd be like, that's fine. I mean, but then it's saying all of that. I'm like, okay, no, that's not
Yeah, a
okay.
heart, light bulb, love you always.
No.
Yeah,
No.
like
And he agreed to that.
He is an asshole, the boyfriend.
the boyfriend
Yeah.
is an asshole. The best friend, because in my mind, she's lying to herself. She likes him.
Mhm.
She agreed to this tattoo. She's being kind of an asshole. If she admitted to herself she liked him, like, she's asshole, but she's denying it, so she has plausible deniability to being the asshole.
I think she's being an asshole, just less than the boyfriend.
Yeah.
There's some edits. Guys, please stop attacking me in my DMs. By attacking, I mean things like, are you a scuba diver because your head is so far up your ass? No one asked. I'm really conflicted on this one because I didn't think it mattered at all, but she will not stop crying about it. I mean this literally, and it makes me feel really bad. Edit number 3. Since people are still convinced that I'm in denial, I'm a lesbian. There's nothing romantic. Also, a commenter asked why we did not add bro/sis after the words. We might actually do that now. It just hadn't come up. Other random context. Devin does not want to remove the tattoo either, nor does he want me to remove it. We have never been together romantically at any point in our friendship. We both had issues with our mental health, and we've been the only ones to help each other through it, over family and other friends and partners. The light concept is because we brought light into the other's world when it felt completely hopeless. Bianca said that because I was a girl, the tattoo meant something else, and she wouldn't have cared if I were a guy. Reiterating that when we say I love you, it's completely platonic, but we've been through a lot together. How could we not love each other? I have other friends who would say it too as well, maybe not as much, but not exclusive by any means. He's the same with other friends, also has meaning for us, especially me. I went through a period where I constantly felt unworthy of love and unlovable, and him being there for me, bringing me out of that mindset means a lot and will always stay with me.
She definitely loves him.
But the only thing that throws me off is the lesbian
She
part.
could have started with that.
Right. Like, you should have said that in your original post.
Right,
It almost
that's
makes
a
me
huge
not believe
content.
her.
Yeah.
Like maybe she's saving
true.
face
Like,
on
maybe,
Reddit.
Yeah, maybe she's saving face on Reddit.
Ooh, I didn't consider that.
Because why wouldn't you say that in the original post?
Mhm.
Like,
It's a pretty
it's a
significant.
very easy thing to say. I know it's not romantic, parentheses, I'm a lesbian.
Right.
Like
Keep
me,
it moving.
20 lesbian female. Wait.
But I feel like she's saving face because everyone on Reddit attacked her.
Ooh.
That's my
Yeah.
view.
That's crazy.
If-
No,
if-
that's true.
If she's not saving face and she really is a lesbian, then I don't think she's the asshole now.
Because it's kind of like,
because like I can get being best friends and
if you guys, yeah,
like saying like I love you and stuff platonically.
I think maybe you're right that she's trying to save face, because then why would the girlfriend be so upset about it?
Right.
If she knew she was lesbian.
the girlfriend has a hunch maybe that maybe it's deeper than that.
I still think they should have got a different design.
Yeah, I still
Yeah.
don't think a light bulb heart with the words "love you always" was needed.
Especially if they get married, because then they're like, oh, that's a cute tattoo. Is that for your wife? And
No.
you're like, oh,
Like,
it's
no.
for my best friend.
My lesbian best friend.
Yeah,
And
that's
then-
still kind of weird.
I loved her until I found out she was lesbian.
You're like, I need it removed.
Bro, sis.
Yeah, that part's funny. Like, okay, guys, we're thinking about adding that part.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely an easier fix than lasering it off.
right.
You know, their body, their choice. So like, I think they should be
Mhm.
fine. But obviously, it rubs the girlfriend the wrong way.
He's
So he should
definitely a
take
bad
that.
boyfriend.
I also think the girlfriend shouldn't be going up to the girl. Like, go up to your boyfriend.
And like,
Yeah.
have him have that conversation.
And she like
Right.
asked her to like have it removed. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, no, that's the biggest.
That's
ass.
crazy.
yeah.
Where that seems kind of assholey on the girlfriend.
Yeah,
Now that it's already
definitely.
on the skin.
Like, you
Are you paying for it?
go to your own relationship. Don't go to this other woman.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't have to see you every day. You have to see your boyfriend every day.
yeah.
Right. All right. So those are actually from like a year-end list of like the top "Am I the assholes?" that could be classified. Everyone sucks in this situation. So the
Yeah.
two ones that I said, I was like, oh, that
Yeah.
makes sense. They all did kind of suck in their
Yeah,
own way.
we did call each of them an asshole at
In
different
separate,
points.
yeah.
Do you want to close out, Marisol, with one last story?
Sure. My friend was sleeping over at my house. My parents and brother were all sleeping upstairs while we were downstairs watching TV, playing video games and shit. At around 1 a.m., he asked if this girl can come over. He really wanted to get with this girl, and I don't want to turn him down, so I reluctantly agreed on the condition that she's quiet. The three of us were hanging out, and I made some excuse to leave the room so my friend can have some alone time with this girl. I'm upstairs in my room when I start hearing loud moans. This is bad news for me, but great news for my friend. He's losing his virginity to a girl he really likes. I hear stirring in the next room, and I know that their bout of loud lovemaking. Why do you say lovemaking? A bout of loud lovemaking has woken my parents. The last thing I want is for my confused father to walk in on my friend fucking this girl in my basement. What do? I go to Pornhub, click on the first video I see, crank that shit to 100 on my speakers, and let it play for the 3 minutes that my buddy ended up lasting. My dad ended up coming into my room, discovering the source of the noise. I even threw in some fapping motion under the covers.
Oh my god.
And awkwardly leaving. My buddy ended up having the best fucking time ever, bro. But Jesus, there were some awkward glances exchanged between my parents and I the next morning.
Oh
Dude.
my gosh, he's the ultimate wingman.
Dude,
Yeah.
that chat that he's playing chess. Everyone's playing checkers. The fact that he thought of like, all right, fuck it, I'm taking the L for
Actually,
you.
that's a pretty quick thinking.
Yeah.
I would have never been like, let me go to Pornhub.
No, I would have been like, that's on him. I told him to make sure she's quiet.
That's messed up of his friend though.
Yeah.
But that's a good friend that he just covered
Dude, no,
for him.
honestly, yeah, wingman of the freaking year. What the heck?
He let her bring a girl over and covered for them.
He was like, oh, my buddy's losing his virginity.
I also love the fact, like the image of the dad walking in, putting all the puzzle pieces together in his head, and just like closing the door, not acknowledging it.
I would have like, turn that shit down.
I would be
Right.
like, buddy, do you not have headphones?
Right.
Or you know, like I've seen like pranks where they'll have their headphones on and they're in the library, but then it's just playing out loud. I wonder if he played it off that way.
At least it was his dad. It could have been his mom, which I feel like would be 10
Should be
times
more
weird,
like-
right?
I don't know. He was under the cover, so.
Well, the mom
Yeah,
also clearly
gonna
heard
know.
it from the room
Right.
too.
But the dad's the one that like got up. I think it
Yeah.
was less awkward with the dad.
Also, dad wingman of the year, kind of too. He
Yeah.
didn't interrupt the sessions, the theoretical
I
sessions.
just
I was like,
imagine.
my son, where did I go wrong?
Yeah.
And
Close the
also,
door.
like, if this was his first time having sex, why was the girl being so loud? There's no way it was rocking her world.
Hey, then. It's his first time having sex. It's not hers.
But still.
I guess.
I
Yeah,
just-
true. Like, what does he know?
Exactly.
He's a prodigy. No.
Oh.
He's a natural.
The 3 minutes he lasted.
He's a natural.
I just
Oh,
wonder
dude.
the conversation the dad had when he got back in bed, like to the wife.
Yeah.
Like, let's just ignore it and go to bed.
Marie, can you make those waffles I like in the morning? Good night.
That's embarrassing.
That's a good one.
I would tell my friend, like, you owe me big time.
Dude.
Literally, I'd be
asshole.
like, you owe me big. You're taking me out to eat.
Your first child should be named after me because you owe me.
You gotta wingman me somehow now. Like,
I'm going to take a girl to your house and have sex with her.
And I'm gonna turn her volume up.
that's crazy.
And the parents' house is crazy. Like,
Yeah.
not even you taking that
And they were
the
in the
risk
basement.
for your friend.
Right.
Crazy.
I'd feel kind of awkward at a friend's house.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
Though I'm assuming they're like high school. They're trying to get it where they can get it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're all horned up in that era of your life.
Mhm.
It's tough out there.
Cover her mouth. Damn.
Right.
You don't got pillows in your basement couch or what?
Suffocate her.
What if it was him yelling?
Lock her
Oh
up.
my god.
Oh, he's like,
Him moaning.
woo! I'm really in this mood. You hear that, Jimmy?
You hear that?
All right. Well, I think that's enough for today's episode.
What a wonderful note to end on.
Hope you enjoyed
What
those
a-
stories.
What a happy ending.
Really happy.
We won't see you next week for our next
Yes.
episode. Have fun on your vacation.
Yay.
Woo.
Yeah.
I'll be gone for a week. I'll be back. Arigato. I'll come back a different woman. I'll fly in my kimono.
Okay. Bring us a souvenir.
Yes.
And come back. I only eat sushi now.
Oscar wants a Pokemon card.
We'll
You gotta
see, we'll
ask
see.
for them by name.
What?
In Japanese.
In Japan,
They keep them locked up, so you have to ask for them by name.
it's like buying cigarettes here.
Okay.
Whoa. Is like the resale value over there crazy or something?
Yeah, they get sold out pretty quick. There's a
Whoa.
limit. I think like some stores only allow you to buy like 2 packs per day.
Dang. And it's called Pocket Monster over there. That's what Pokemon's short for. Isn't that crazy? Pocket Monsters.
I definitely just want to eat and eat and eat.
You'll have to come back with stories for us to talk about on this pod.
Yeah.
And tell
No
us
pressure.
your favorite
I'll have
thing
to
that
remember
you ate.
to write down like stories that happen there.
Yeah. Remember the favorite thing you ate so you can tell us about it.
Yes. Because I need to be aware of everything. Because I sometimes feel like when I'm with my boyfriend, my brain just shuts off.
Like autopilot.
Yeah. I'm like, la 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 la.
Like, I don't need to do any thinking.
He's got it.
He's got it. He's got it. Yeah, I'll come back with gifts and stories.
Alrighty.
Yay.
That wraps up today's episode. Thank you all for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.